Well, today we shall be discussing zombies. Insert screen effect here. Not really.
Special guest!
Jesus. No. Jesus and Jesus 2.0.
Wait, you're Jesus, I'm Jesus 2.0?
No, you're Jesus.
Oh.
I'm Jesus 2.0.
Oh.
I guess that's another thing we can talk about.
Yay!
Because technically Jesus is a zombie.
Yes.
But I'm not a zombie. I'm no.
What?
I joke. I kid.
People are like, what are you talking about, Ken?
We're talking about zombies.
No, why is Jesus a zombie?
Why is Jesus a zombie?
Yes.
Didn't he come back from the dead?
Yes.
Supposedly?
Yes.
If the Bible's true?
Yes.
No.
For 3 days.
Yeah, it must have been lag.
And then, wait, no, before he came back, apparently he went to hell and saved all the souls that shouldn't have been there, that died before they knew about Jesus. And if they were good people, he took them to heaven. Because obviously they wouldn't be saved or something.
And then Santa Claus went ho 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 and gave presents to all the
So
little
he was
boys
technically in
and
hell for a while, but I think that's a certain kind of domination. I'm not sure which one, I forgot. But at the school I went to, like, we learned about that. There was literally like a note in the Bible that we had that they gave us, and then it was like this long explanation, and we talked about it, and I was just like, that's interesting. I never heard about that before. So yeah, that happened apparently, and then yeah, he came back for the 3 days, and I showed up to everybody as Ghosty Jesus, and was like, "Hi guys," or whatever, and then went up to heaven. Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's.
So I guess technically, even though he came back as a ghost. What?
You were saying he came back as a ghost?
That's what they said in the Bible, at least.
Hmm.
But as I imagine it, like, yeah, they said that he's just floating around or whatever. But as I imagine it, coming back would mean that he, like, actually came back. Like a zombie. But, I mean, it's whatever. So, if you want to take it literally and be like, hey, he was a ghosty like Casper, then sure, why not?
Jesus, ghost or zombie?
Yeah. I'm not saying, believe what you want to believe. And yeah, there's some good, lessons you can learn from that, but don't take everything literally. I don't know. Whatever. Do what you want. Just don't be like trying to shove stuff down people's throats. Yes.
Anyways, there goes our religious lesson of the day. No.
And I'm going to be teaching little kids.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well,
that's like the only reason I would want to teach little kids. To like teach them to be tolerant about other people's beliefs and stuff. And, to be like me.
See that, people?
But better.
Woman with a heart.
Because sometimes my brain is like, I'll see somebody, like, kind of like a stereotypical, like, maybe kind of emo guy or whatever, with all the piercings and stuff, and my brain will be like, he's emo and scary. But then, then a second later, I'm just like, you can't judge him, you don't know him. So I'm like, never mind. Because that happens, and then I'm like, no, I don't know that. So I'm like, yeah, he looks kind of scary, but he's probably a nice guy.
Yeah, normally they are the nicest people
like,
I know.
Nice to their family and stuff, probably, so.
So, now we're talking about zombies to stereotypes.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
We went from Jesus
Well, that's
to
another
zombies.
thing. Don't stereotype zombies. Don't stereotype anything.
Well, truth be told, what do you think about zombies?
Well, to be truthful, there's so many mythological ways you can go with zombies. But if you go with, like, the typical zombie of, like, they just come back and they're kind of, like, roaming around, I guess, it is kind of scary. Because, yeah, they're after your brains and stuff. But usually they're pretty slow. So, I'm thinking, it depends on how many zombies are coming back. Are we talking about, like, every single graveyard? Like, everywhere at the same time? Zombies?
Let's go with...
Because that's different. Like, that would be pretty crazy. But if we're talking about, like, one graveyard in one single place, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
And then...
Pet cemetery.
And then, like, yeah, I know there's, like,
And then
here's the thing, though. Yeah, what if that place only has, like, one person? And they're, like, sleeping. Then obviously, they're gonna get killed. But if you have like security and shit or whatever there, I'm pretty sure they got guns and they got big guns. So I think they can contain it and they could get rid of it pretty quick. But then if we're talking about, because here's the thing, yeah, if you want to have them be scary, have them be a little bit faster. Maybe. I know they're dead, so I guess that's why they're slow.
But
they're basically decaying.
Take it a second to think about this, though. Well, yeah, you're right. They're decaying.
Yeah.
Good. You took a second to think about it. Ah. Okay, but
yeah. So I guess that's why they're slow.
Yeah, that's why they're slow. Because like technically, their bones in their legs here are technically like look at my sexy hairy legs. They're like technically breaking apart at the bones inside,
Yeah,
breaking,
true.
Falling apart.
But you
So
have to think about like how
running
each
out
one
feet.
died, and if it's a freshly new person that just died,
It'll be
and
a
just
while.
like let's say it's that night someone died the day before, and now zombies are coming out. Yeah, there'd be like some people that have been dead for like 50 years. Obviously, they're gonna be like even slower. But if it's a person that just died the day before, they're probably not gonna be that slow. Because they just died the day before, and unless like they died from like breaking every single bone in their body, they're not gonna be too slow. And if they broke every bone in their body, they're not coming back. They're just gonna be sitting there being like, I wish I could get out to do some mayhem or whatever.
I guess their head will be rolling.
Yeah, pretty much. Or if they died from like some kind of brain damage or something, like something really bad where they cannot, do anything ever. Though, yeah, you have to be like, they're mythical creatures. I know there's people that are like, zombie apocalypse will happen, but I don't know how. Maybe radiation? I don't know. But
That's the only possible way I can think of.
yeah, but if you think about it, it wouldn't really make sense.
Take a second to think about this. If a zombie apocalypse were to happen, how do you think it would happen personally? Like, do you think they would just pop out of their graves? Do you think radiation would do it?
If they popped out of their graves, why wouldn't they have done that before?
No. I'm just saying, like, better. Okay, like, I'm gonna quote a few games here. There's Resident Evil with a virus going around.
Yeah, it could be a virus.
There's also radiation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you think would cause, like, maybe even, I don't know, the soil somehow, like, messed up their DNA when they died, and like
yeah, that would be kind of
messed
like
up the embalming
that'd be kind of
fluid.
like some kind of radiation, possibly. Like they accidentally took soil that was like in radiation, maybe or something.
But if you think about it,
yeah, maybe a virus. I saw a movie. Well, it was vampires actually, but kind of going on that line of like it started with a virus and it's through a vampire bat, and then it went to humans, and that turned them into vampires. And see, here's the thing. I think I might be wrong, so I'm sorry if I'm wrong. And if anybody out there is from these cultures or whatever, I'm not trying to offend you and be mean or whatever. Honestly, this is what I think I know, and don't quote me on it. But I'm pretty sure zombies were first.
I don't know.
Maybe. Because...
I don't know. 1932 was the first... 1930s was the
it started
first
way before that. There was like ancient legends about this.
Oh, I'm trying to think of the movies and films.
No. There was like ancient legends. Maybe it was vampires because people are pretty like we feel like that could be a possibility or whatever. And that's what I've heard. That's why we like that stuff. So maybe it's vampires, but whatever. They kind of came at the same time because they're pretty similar if you think about it. It's just a vampire is more like this is how I feel. I'm sorry if you like zombies more. But, like, a vampire is just a more, like, evolved zombie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're not, I know they're not decaying, but they technically kind of are undead. They usually don't die before they get, like, bitten or something happens to them and they turn into one, but yeah, they're basically more human because, yeah, they're not, like, brains or whatever. Yeah. And, yeah, they go for the blood, but... I don't know, that's how I feel. Like, they're pretty similar in nature.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, and that's another thing, like, that, the movie that we just saw, well, it was a while ago, but Warm Bodies, I thought they did good with that to try to make it a little bit more, like, that they had some humanity, and, like, switch it up a bit. I know people are like, no, but, like, yeah, even hardcore zombie fans were like, it's basically almost all the same story every single time. So, mix it up. Mix it up. I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm just saying. Like, yeah, go for a nice horror movie and see some zombies not kicking ass, but like, doing mayhem or whatever. That's always fun, but I don't know, having like a nice kind of good outcome from it, that's always a good time too, I think. So, whatever.
Here's something to think about. How about when, technically zombies, their brains, well, since they're dead, they don't have brains. Mm-hmm. How do they even function? Like, they have no heartbeat, their brains are gone. Like, I can understand common sense. That's normal.
Yeah.
But it's
we're talking about fictional characters here. Fictional things.
I'm trying to think of it literal.
That's the thing, though. Like, if it happened literally, like, they would have to kind of have something going on because it would make no sense.
There'd be a little person in the brain controlling them going,
or something, I don't know. But if you're going into a movie and being like one of those people that's like all about reality, you have to let go once in a while. And yeah, there's some movies that I even think like, hey, like after I see it, I'm just like, there were just things that were like I don't know, but a lot of times, mostly I'll be like, yeah, just let reality drift away for a bit. I'll accept everything because that's kind of what movies and books are about.
Yeah, but the way I'm thinking of it right now is, I know there's probably people watching like, why are you trying to be so literal? But I'm trying to think of it literal, like people who are like, oh my god, a zombie apocalypse is going to happen. It's like,
yeah, people
how?
thought that was going to happen like last year.
But the question is, how? Like, in order to be a zombie, you have to be a living dead thing. Your heart has to still keep beating, your brain has to keep functioning. But if you're a zombie, it's dying. You're technically dead, and like your heart and your brain are dying. So when that completely shuts down and this completely shuts down, you're done.
Yeah.
You literally can't.
I just know how the myth started because, like back in the way back in the day, I don't know actual dates and stuff, but like probably I don't know. I would try to take a stab at it, but I don't want to get it wrong. But like sometimes they would think someone was dead. Mm-hmm. And they would, have a burial and have a ceremony and everything. But they weren't actually dead. So the person would try to get out, and then they would see that person walking around, and they thought they were, they came back from the dead, basically. Oh. So that's how that's how it started, basically. And then so every time after that, they staked people in the heart to make sure they wouldn't come back. So if you were really really sick and when it weren't moving and stuff, they would think you were dead. Stake you in the heart to kill you, and then bury you. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I usually a history buff, but I can't think of the actual time this happened. So, yeah.
Alright, I guess that's it for now. So we did our little chat. Sorry if the camera's a little flonky, like moving around-ish. We're still sick, as you can hear.
Yeah.
So I tried. I gotta get one of those things to hold the camera for me, or I need to get somebody here to do it. But
next time you see us, we'll be zombies. No.
Nah, we can't be. If we were zombies, we'd probably just eat ourselves to death. And be like, and then eventually our heart and our brain will shut completely off, and we'll be like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
I guess that would be another quick thing before we go. Since it's technically our brain and our heart, wouldn't it still be us? And why would you hunger for brains? I need a brain, I'm gonna eat yours. But that'll make the brain go to your stomach and not your head. You'd have to, go, give me your brain.
Yeah.
Rip. There we go. And then you'd be like, E equals MC squared. And then that'll die, and then you have to keep
that's another good thing that warm bodies did, because...
Technically they're coming back.
No. Do you remember? Because he killed this one guy who turned out to be his new love interest, ex-boyfriend. But anyways,
he aged brain, and then he got.
Yeah, he was like eating parts of his brain, and that gives, when they eat parts of the brain, that like lets them have memories of that person. And that's pretty cool. I've never seen that before, but I haven't watched many zombie movies, so I don't know if anyone's done that before, but I've never seen that before. I thought it was pretty cool. And, like, that would, I don't know, since they don't remember much, I guess. They're trying to remember, but they don't remember much. Like, he couldn't remember his own name, so he just remembered to start with an R.
R.
Yeah, so he was just like, I'm R. But, yeah, that was pretty cool, because since he couldn't remember his own memories, like, I don't know, he felt like he could connect with people. Like, he didn't like it. Like, later on, he felt bad, and he, like, because he had to see how he killed the guy, and he was just like, that was not right to do, and it wasn't good. And then, yeah, he slowly started turning back.
Yeah. Yep.
Because apparently all those zombies in that, they forgot how to love. So all they needed was love.
All you need is love. No.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like a Huggies commercial or some shit?
Yeah.
Well, there goes our zombie Jesus stereotype musical
Huggies.
Escapade Huggies conversation. Let us know in comments or messages what you want to see us discuss next, and how we'll bring other people in. You'll get to see our deranged minds in action. Girl, you saw us go into Huggies from zombies. Now you got me thinking of a zombie in a diaper. I seriously think of like an old man zombie going, I peed myself. It's just like, oh, Baby New Year got old. Anyways,
yeah.
like I said, let us know in comments or whatever. My arm's getting tired, so I'm sorry if it's getting a little like, down there. Thank you.
I got it. Since the holidays are coming up, I guess.
Yeah.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So.
anyways,
Yep.
like I said, we'll post more and talk to you later. Alright. Later.